Hello, everybody. Ryan here from Mr. Rau's Gaming Rants and Reviews, and I've got another playthrough for you this evening. And I'm going to be taking a look at one of the games that I have been really enjoying this past year, ever since it came out, because I've been dying for a really good Transformers game. And you know what? There hasn't been very many good Transformer games, or really any Transformer games that have come out lately, so I was really impressed that Renegade Game Studios had came up with the Transformers deck building game. It's still not a miniatures game, and I really want a miniatures Transformers game. I'm really hoping that it's in the works. We've got a Power Rangers from the studio miniatures like game. They have a GI Joe miniatures style game. I'm really hoping that Transformers is the next one. So, okay, so pitter patter, let's get at her. I have got the game semi set up. I'm going to do a complete solo run through. Typically, when I've played this game before, I've kind of played it two-handed. I've had two characters going on at the same time. I thought, you know what? Let's try tonight. Let's try doing it 100% solo. Let's try it with the complete solo, just controlling just one Autobot character, and see how that game feels. And I can give my thoughts on this later on how it compares to actually playing, multiplayer, like two-handed, or even I've played this up to three players. And I can comment on. I already have maybe some thoughts in the back of my head. I'm going to hopefully wrestle with those things going forward here. So let's take a look here. I am going to play tonight as you have to the man himself. I'm going to play as Optimus Prime. He's the big guy. He's the leader of the Autobots. Okay, the guy that we know, James Earl Jones style voice. He's the guy that we're going here. He's the guy we're gonna go with today. And so and there's a whole bunch of them. I'll show off that there's a whole bunch of different characters that come in this game here. Well, the first one here I have here is Jazz, and he's actually a promo character that you can actually get, that you can purchase off the Renegade Games website. And I got this one because I pre-ordered the game, so this came as a free add-on with when you pre-ordered the game. So there's Jazz here, and there's Wheeljack, and then there's Bumblebee, and there's RC, there's Ironhide, there's Ratchet. Like there's all of the good first generation Autobots in this game, and they all play slightly different. All their strengths are slightly a little bit different, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to play as Optimus Prime here, and they have both. They have both a alt. They refer to it as an alt, or their vehicle side, which has its own ability. So like this one says, when you flip an adversary, so in this case Decepticons, in your space, I get +1 power, and I also get to transform prior to the ambush. Transforming in this game is going to cost you Energon. We've got a nice supply of Energon cubes over there. And this one lets me to transform before I get ambushed by the bad guys. And when you're in your alt vehicle mode, you get -1 power when you battle the adversaries. In this case, Decepticons. And note, and over here, I also get 2 movement. Movement is a big piece in this game. Unlike other deck building games, the market that you purchase cards from here is actually a kind of like a board that we're gonna play through, and we actually have to spend movement to move around this board. I have my little standee guy here somewhere. There he is. I've got a little standee for Optimus Prime here, and he's gonna go on one of these. He's gonna start over here, and we have to spend movement to move around to cards, and we have to spend movement in order to reveal the different cards. Okay, we'll leave that there. And then on his bot side, there he is, the big guy himself. He's got an ability. It says each Autobot you play during your turn has +1 power, so you get 1 extra power as long as you're in your bot form, and he's got some Energon abilities. We can spend Energon cubes in order to, say, spend 1 Energon cube to draw 1 card, or we can spend 2 Energon cubes to block an attack at a range of 2 spaces away from us. And blocking is going to be a big piece of the game that you want to try to prevent some of those. So try to prevent some of those attacks coming in. All right. You always begin the game on your alt vehicle side. That makes sense. You want to start moving. You want to kind of move around a little bit. You're not going to be fighting a lot. You're going to want to try to build up your deck a little bit. Because like it says, it is the deck building game. And where did I put my starting deck? Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. It's been a long day, folks. Just stay with me. Okay. There is my starting deck. It has 10 cards in it, kind of like most deck building games. And we've got a whole bunch of things here. Like we've got Courage, which is just going to provide us with, on the left-hand side there, it's going to provide us with +1 power. And power is used to, buy new cards or battle our adversaries. And on the bottom there, it has a Confront ability. Now, confronting only applies to when we actually have big bads. There are 3 big bads shuffled into this deck. There is level 1, there's a level 2, and there's a level 3. Now, I pre-selected the big bads in this case because I wanted to play against the 3 that, I don't think I've actually played all 3 of them in one game because usually they get randomized. There's 2 level 1s, 2 level 2s, and 2 level 3s that you kind of like randomly choose one of each. I chose the 3 here tonight based on my preference, the ones that I really, really like, and that they provide their own unique challenges to the game. So hopefully you enjoy the ones that are going to come out as well. This deck is pre-constructed. You make piles of, in a solo game, pure solo, you make piles of 7 cards in each of those piles. And then you add a level 1 adversary to one. You'll add a level 2 to another deck and a level 3 to another deck. And then you also have a small 5-card deck off to the side. You kind of stack them all on top of each other. And this is kind of our game timer. If we ever have to add a card to this, what they refer to as the matrix, and there's no cards left to add, we lose the game. Okay, so we have to kind of be mindful of that. Also, solo mode is is also incorporating the cooperative play. So if we ever end up taking, there's these things called damage cards. So if we end up ever taking 5 damage cards, we also lose the game. We win the game if we can beat the level 3 big bad Decepticon in this game. This game does come with a competitive mode where you can be competing Autobots, trying to gain the most glory, victory points, I guess. And out of this box, this core box, I really feel that the cooperative mode is the strongest gameplay so far. The competitive mode just didn't seem to make sense to me. So we're going to go with this. Now, there are some expansion boxes coming out very shortly. I believe the pre-orders are going to be fulfilling this fall, if I am not mistaken. And the first one is like a Darkness Rise. I believe it's called Darkness Rising. It's adding it's adding Decepticons. So instead of playing as Autobots, we can play as Decepticons defeating Autobots. And I believe that one's going to increase the competitive mode, because I believe you can have players playing as Autobots and also players playing as Decepticons, and then therefore they're kind of like battling each other and trying to get victory points. I believe that that's going to be increase the competitive mode extremely. So I will kind of go. I'll just leave that as that. So I've got my 10 cards here. They have power on them. Some of them have movement, some of them have abilities on them. So, and most of them are these courage ones. They're kind of really amping up. And then there's you have your big one. You have your firepower, which has 2 power, and it also has a range on it, so you can actually fight Decepticons at range but it only applies to this card. Only this card has range. It doesn't. If I played these two together, I don't have 3 power at 1 range. I only have 2 power at 1 range still. So hopefully more cards. We can add some more cards to our hand that will actually get us that. All right. I think I am ready to get going. If you're ready to get going, I'm ready to get going. Here we go tonight. I'm going to give this quick, really good shuffle after I looked at the order of them. All right, I'm going to put my deck right there. I'm going to draw my opening 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. I am going to take Optimus Prime here, and we will start. Oh, let's kind of start in the middle. Let's go with that one. That doesn't actually look too good on the screen here. I'll just take him off this stand and I'll put him. That's a little bit. That's probably a little bit better to see like on the screen. So Optimus Prime is going to be on. We're going to start on that card. Okay, so let's see what all I got here. I got some firepower. I got reserves. Oh, I guess I start off with 2 Energon, so that I don't have I'm not starting off with absolutely nothing. I'm going to start with 2 Energon, and I will actually play my first card, Reserves. It has the ability, if you control 3 or fewer Energon, I get an Energon. So I'll do that. It's also providing me with an extra movement. So total this turn right now, I have 3 movement that I can spend. You know what? And let's go for it. Let's go ahead and spend one of those movements, and we will reveal what's underneath this card. And we're really starting off with a bang here. We are going to start off with a Decepticon Scheme, which is usually a bad thing. It's a bad thing that kind of overtakes the game until you are able to defeat it. And this one says it has an ongoing effect. Each player's alt mode has 0 movement. That is not a great one to start off with. That actually hurts lots. And to thwart it, I have to buy, gain, or defeat 2 cards in the matrix in a single turn. So I have to purchase 2 cards in the matrix at the same turn, and that will get rid of this Decepticon Scheme. Well, okay then. And we got little tokens here to kind of remind us that this is an ongoing effect. Well, okay, so I am in my alt mode right now, and so I don't have my 2 movement anymore. That is not the greatest, because that means I can't move and flip over anything right now. So I guess I have I got 5 power to spend here. I got 5 power to spend, and I can't really spend it on anything because there's no cards. I'm not at any cards right now. And, well, I guess I can buy. There's some cards over, like in good deck building games, there are some cards over on the side that are always available. And these ones are Transform and Rollout. Okay, they provide us one of each of the stat, a movement, a range, power, and it has the ability you may transform. And it also has an assist ability. Now, assist abilities only will come into play when you're playing multiplayered games. So in this case, in a true solo game, the assist powers aren't going to really perform. But I'm going to actually purchase one of these. And do you know what? I'm going to have to, for the first little bit, I'm going to have to get some of that movement. So I'm going to purchase a second one. Now, that's not going to move this because I did not buy any cards from the Matrix. I just bought them from the reserve, from the supply over here. I didn't actually purchase anything from over here. Okay, and that's my first turn. So I discard all these cards along with the cards that I brought. I'm going to draw 5 new cards here. And I would normally refill the Matrix if I had purchased anything. I didn't purchase anything this turn around, but I still have to advance the clock. So even if I'm not putting a card into the Matrix, I still have to burn a card. So one card is going to come off here, and oh, good old Sideswipe is going to get discarded. So there we go. And I go on to my next turn here. So let's see here. Let's see what we can find. Okay, this is a good card. Patrol. I'm going to play it. It says, after I play it, I may flip a card in adjacent space face up. And adjacency here is orthogonal, so up, down, left, and right. Let's move our way over. I'll flip this card over here, see what's happening. And oh my gosh, it's a Decepticon. So I don't want to actually go over there just yet. And it does provide me I do have a movement. And I think I have another card in my hand that has a movement. Oh yes, my fix. It also provides a movement. It also has, you may return damage controlled by any player in your space or an adjacent space to say. So you can fix your damage cards, but I'm just going to play it down for its movement. So I have 2 movement points. And you know what? I'm not going to go, I don't have enough to battle that Decepticon just yet. So I will just move down here. And I am going to reveal that card with my other movement. Okay, military airstrike. Let's take a look at that one. Oh, this is an ally. And ally cards are really useful because they stay in play for us. And this one says, at the start of your turn, you may destroy a card in your hand. So that just means that we can start thinning out our deck. So that actually might be helpful for us. Let's take a look at this. Do I have enough power? Well, do you know what? I do. I have 3 power in my hand. I'm going to spend all 3 of that power, and I'm going to buy that military airstrike, and that cost 3. And it says, when you buy this, you put it immediately into play. So I'll just put it there for us to remind us that we have it in play. And I will discard those. I don't have anything to draw, so I will shuffle these up. At the end of my turn, there's no card in this spot in the matrix, so a new card is going to come out. All right. And I'm going to give these a quick shuffle. I have a couple transform and rollouts in there now, so hopefully it'll help. Really hopefully that I can get some of this movement going so that I can start revealing some cards so that I can end up buying 2 or more cards in a turn so that I can get rid of this Decepticon scheme that's really, really kind of hindering. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what did I get? Oh, I got one of my transform rollouts and I got another fix. So there we go. So I may transform. Do you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's transform because this movement isn't doing me anything right now. So I'm just going to transform. And I'm going to play down this card as well so that I have 2 movement. And I've got 3 power for all my courages. So what am I going to do with my 2 movements? Well, let's see here. 1 movement. Let's reveal what's underneath here. Quick change. It's a maneuver card. It says you may transform. If this is the first card you play during your turn, I can discard your hand and draw another 3 cards. You can kind of cycle through your cards. That seems interesting. Doesn't seem completely useful right now. So I'm going to use my other movement and I'm going to move over here. And that is all that I can do. Actually, you know what? Before I move that, I don't want these to actually go to waste. So maybe I will pick up that quick change. Yeah, I'll pick up that quick change. And then I'll use my second movement to go over there. Discard. Refill. Draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what do I got here? Okay. Reserves. If you control 3 or fewer energon, gain an energon. I'll do that. I can do some patrol, which you may flip a card in an adjacent space face up. Let's take a look at this one in the corner here. Recon, you may flip a card in adjacent space face up. That sounds pretty handy. And then I have a whole bunch of power that I can use. So I will use one of my movements to flip the card that's in my space over. Ooh, another quick change. And I've got 4. So I've used one of my. So we have some of these handy tokens on the side here. I have used one of my movements. I am going to use one of Optimus Prime's Energon abilities. I'm going to spend an Energon cube to draw a card. Mainly because I want some power here, which I did get. So, what I can do now is so now I actually have 2 movements left. I'm going to use 3 of my power, 1, 2, 3 of my power to buy this quick change. Put it into my discard pile. I'm going to use another movement, for my first card, to move over to Recon. And I'm going to spend my last 2 power that I have left over to buy that Recon. Which really helped me out. I actually didn't think we were going to actually do it that soon. So I actually thwarted this scheme. I bought, gained, or defeated 2 cards in the Matrix in a single turn. So this Decepticon scheme is gone. I'll return that. And I still have 1 movement left. So let's start working our way. I'm going to work my way back up towards this Decepticon here. So spent all my movement, spent all of my power. Here we go. Okay, put those down. Draw 1 card. I don't have any cards left to draw, so I will shuffle. As I'm shuffling, I will refill the matrix. Guess it really doesn't matter in order, which order I filled them in, because it's a randomly shuffled deck. And here we go. So I really advanced the timer there. I got 3 cards away on the single time. What I'm really hoping to find is some Autobots in here so that I can actually increase my fighting strength. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't apply this last time. I should actually look at that. Starting to turn, I may destroy a card in my hand. So actually, these courages kind of clog up your deck. They really don't do much other than 1 power. And I've added on some better cards. You know what? I am going to destroy. I'm going to destroy that courage. Wait, how much power do I? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4... Actually, I have enough power in my hand right now to go defeat that Decepticon, which could actually be useful right now. Yeah, I'm not going to destroy that card just yet. Okay, so I'll play down my fix. Gets me a movement point. I will play down my transform and roll out. I am not going to transform. And... yeah, I didn't want to play my quick. Don't want to do the ability on quick change, so I'm going to play it down. You may transform. I'm not going to transform. This was not the first card I played. I will play down a courage, and I'll play down firepower. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight. I have 5 fight, or sorry, 5 power that I can use to defeat that Decepticon right over there. And I've got 2 movement. Now I have 1, 2, 3. I had 4 power that each had 1 range. So if I had 1 more power with a range on it, I could actually defeat this Decepticon without actually having to go into its space. Because if I go into his space, I'm going to actually have to resolve an encounter. I'm going to get ambushed. Actually, you know what? Let's try our luck. We do have another transform and roll out and we do have another quick change in our deck. So I'll spend an Energon on, I'll use Optimus Prime's ability to draw a card. And how about that? We got quick change. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power all at 1 range. So I can actually defeat this Decepticon without actually having to go into his space. Let's do that, because I don't like getting ambushed. Ambush does like weird things like discarding Energon, discarding cards. They really do really funky things to you. So I'm actually going to defeat him with that 5 power without having to go. Now, don't pay attention to these stats, because this is going to come up in the Decepticon expansion, I'm pretty sure, because for us, Autobots are allies, and we would actually be able to play them. When you're going to be playing as a Decepticon, I bet you anything that you can be able to recruit this guy, and he'll do all this fun stuff for you. Rather, we're just going to pay attention to the very, very bottom here, where it says gain 2 victory points and 1 energon. Now, when you're playing in a cooperative game, though, anytime they mention victory points, they just mean energon. So in this case, I'm going to gain 3 energon for defeating him. So I'm going to take it here. 1. Whoops, that one went on the floor. 2 and 3. There we go. So now I'm up to 5 energon. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 1 power left, and I got 2 movements. Let's use one of those movements to figure out what's underneath me. Hey, it's Ratchet. It's another Autobot that I could recruit. And my last movement, I will... You know what, let's keep making our rounds here. I'm just going to move up 1 space. And then that'll be all for that turn. So I'll do that. I will refill the matrix, and I will draw 5 more cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you kind of see this is going to be the flow until we finally get to our first really big, bad boss here. Which I guess I could actually transform into... Because now that scheme... That Decepticon scheme is not longer in play. I can actually use my rollout, my bot form. So yeah, I'm going to spend an energon and I'm going to transform. Back there. Because now I got that extra movement. I have my patrol, which I can flip a card in an adjacent space face up. So I will flip this card face up. Repair bay. You may destroy a card you can control. It's a technology. Seems okay to kind of further keep thinning your deck out. And I will play... Okay, I'm going to use that movement. How much power do I have? Yeah, I got a lot of power. So I'm going to use this 1 movement here on this card to move back down to Ratchet. I'm going to play Recon, which gives me another movement, but also gives me the ability you may flip a card in an adjacent space. So I'll reflip this one over. Oh, there he is. There's a big bad. So before anything happens, so my first big bad is Soundwave, one of the coolest Transformers to ever exist. He has a reveal attack. Discard 1 ally you control. So I'm getting attacked. Now, I could block that if I had any cards in my hand that had the word block, which I don't. So his attack is going to go through, and it's going to discard 1 ally I control. So the ally that I control is this military airstrike. So he's going to go into my discard pile. It's going to have to come out again when I draw it again. And now it says, then I have to also now resolve an ambush, which is this encounter cards. I can't remember if I actually shuffled this or not, so I'll just quickly shuffle it. Okay. Give it one of those. And I'll reveal. Now there's 2 parts to this card. There's the top part is what we're going to do is the ambush. The bottom card is for a boss confrontation. Now we're not confronting Soundwave just yet. Confrontation means I'm actually going to fight him. So rather, I'm going to do this. So this is, and we're going to reveal the boss reveal, and it says ambush hits all adversaries. Destroy a random card in your discard pile. Ooh, that hurts. So I'll just put that off to the side. So I'm going to take my discard pile here. I'll just do a quick shuffle. There's some good things in here, isn't there? Military, my quick change, a transform moral out. You know what? I'm okay with pretty much anything getting destroyed here. And the card that's going to get destroyed will be, let's go with this one, which is, my military airstrike. Well, that's okay. It's destroyed. It's out of the game. Okay, now I can continue on with my turn. Now Soundwave here also has a start of turn effect. So at the start of every one of our turns, we're going to gain 1 damage. This boss cannot be defeated if any mini cassette Decepticons are in the Matrix. So there's going to be other Decepticons that are going to be classified as his cassette tapes, and we can't beat him. So maybe we should try to beat him before that actually happens. And plus, he's also going to deal us damage, and we don't want to be dealt damage on our turns. Because 5 damage and we're done. 5 damage and we're done. Okay, so I used this movement already, and I gained another movement, and I gained some extra power here. So let us do... Well, okay, 5 power here. I'm going to recruit Ratchet into my arsenal here. And what am I going to do for 1 movement? What do I got coming up here? Do I dare go into the space with Soundwave and try to defeat him on our next turn? You know what? I'm going to spend an Energon to flip over. Because I should be in Autobot. I want to be in Autobot form when I do decide to defeat or just take on Soundwave. And yeah, let's spend 1 movement point to go in to Soundwave space. Now, when you move into a space with a Decepticon, with an adversary, you have to take on an ambush. So we will get ambushed again. And I could technically spend 2 Energon to block this attack. Let's take a look at what it is. Attack. Lose 2 Energon. Well, okay. Well, if I spend 2 Energon to block that, I'm still losing 2 Energon. So I guess I'm going to lose 2 Energon for that ambush. It is what it is, I guess. Let's discard these. Got my 1 lonely Energon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, I really hope I get a good draw here because I'm going to need 6 power. Refill matrix. I need 6 power in order to defeat Soundwave. So I hope I get a, decent draw here. Yeah, let's see what I got. Oof. Didn't really get... Okay, well, reserves get an Energon, which is okay. I got a transform rollout, which I could have used to transform before. And I've got a whole bunch of this stuff. I could spend an Energon to draw another card. That could help me. Because the whole thing about confrontations with these boss monsters is that we're going to shuffle these. The confrontations, most of them actually boost the value of that boss monster, of that boss guy. So, but then I also have the ability to use my confront abilities, which in all these ones here says confront, play the top card of your deck. So eventually it will give you some more, hopefully give you some more powers. So 1, 2, 3, I got 4 right now. Let us, you know what? Let's just draw a card. And that might help us determine if we're going to confront. Gives us 5. Well, I do have 2 movement. Here. Let us, let's try a confrontation. So I'm going to confront Soundwave. I announce, this is actually literally written in the rules here, that you can announce that you're going to confront him, and then we are going to, if your power total is not enough to defeat the resolve the ambush. Where was it again here? At what time do I have to actually flip over the confrontation card? Generate power. Oh my gosh, where is it here? I bet you the little player aids, I think, are a little bit better here. There you go. Move. If no damage assist can be played, shuffle and draw a... Okay, yeah, right now. I can shuffle and draw a confrontation ability. That's where it is. So let's do this. Go, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Whoops, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, and confrontation. Add 1 to the adversary's cost for each energon you control. If you have none, you gain 2 damage. Okay, so he's bumped up to 7. And I am only at 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only at 5 right now. So I can activate a confront ability. So I will spend my 1 last energon to add the top card. We are looking for one of the 2s. We are looking for one of the 2s here. And oh my gosh, did we we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is enough to defeat Soundwave. Let's go. I'm feeling really good about this. I'm really feeling really good about this thing. And you know what? I forgot at the start of my turn. And I even had the little token here. I forgot at the start of our turn we should have taken a damage. So I will take that right now. Just to remind me. Good evening, Mr. Tim from the Board Game Hot Takes podcast. Welcome, Tim. How are you doing tonight? Yes, there's more than meets the eye all the time when you're playing some Transformers. Welcome, welcome, Tim. I'm always glad to see some of your puns in full screen. You're doing good. I'm doing good as well. I'm playing a really fun game here, and it is actually semi going my way in the very beginnings. I got rid of my very first adversary. My very first boss monster, Soundwave, got taken out. So I am enjoying that. Okay, end of turn here. So, turn ends immediately after a boss confrontation. So it is all those get discarded. New card fills the matrix. And I draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we keep going until we get to that level 3 boss monster. Can you guess who the level 3 boss monster is that I chose for this game? It should be really quite obvious who the big bad for us is. Oh, perfect. Drew my fix card. Return a damage back to the stack. Tim's guessing Megatron. Of course it's got to be Megatron. Of course Megatron's going to be the big bad. Now, who's the level 2 boss, though, that I'm going to be facing up? That literally could be anybody. That could literally be anybody from this Transformers universe. If you own the game, you kind of know who the level 2 boss. I'm really hoping for the expansions to come out soon because I want some more level 1, level 2, level 3 baddies to come in. Tim's on fire tonight. Starscream is going to be my big level 2 baddie. It has to be Starscream. And then, so I specifically chose as my 3 baddies to be Soundwave, Starscream, Megatron, because I have not actually faced all 3 of those ones in the same game. So I'm actually really quite excited to do that. Soundwave didn't get away on me because I didn't reveal any of his big guys from the thing. Literally all of the Transformers he could remember from 30 years ago. Well, they did a really good job in this core box by bringing in all of that nostalgia, all of the nostalgic characters that we all knew from the very first generation of Transformers. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to play a maneuver as well. It says I may transform, which I'm going to do so that I get some extra movements this turn. I can do a patrol, which allows me to flip an adjacent card. Let's go over here. Hey, Brawn. There's a deep cut. There's a deep cut for us. And I got a couple courages, which gives me a couple power. So I got 2 movements and 3 power. So do you know what? Let's go. Let's use one of our movements to go over here. I'm going to use 2 of my power to recruit Brawn into my tableau, and I will use my, I guess I have 3 extra movements. Let's do this. Let's use another movement from over here. I'm going to keep going over here. I'm going to use another movement from my Optimus Prime to flip over that card. Cliff Jumper. I'm really rolling in the Autobots here. But I don't have enough power to purchase him yet. So I will forgive my last movement to just kind of stay there, because I might want to recruit him on my next turn here. So I will discard all of those. New card gets added to the matrix, and I will add 1, 2, 3, 4 shuffle cards. Nice, clever deck building mechanism, it seems, he says. And he says, I've never seen card purchase mechanism like that. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Like, you don't have a market that you're purchasing cards from. Rather, the cards that you're going to purchase are this board, and you have to move around and you have to reveal the cards in order to actually purchase them, or else they're also going to be the cards that you have to defeat in this case. So really quite neat. This is the first time that I'm actually playing it like true solo. I'm only controlling one character. I have usually controlled 2 characters at a time, or played this like 3-player. It's actually kind of interesting with only the one, because really the only thing we're neglecting in a true solo mode is the ability for other players to assist you on your turn. So we're kind of just missing out on that aspect. What did I get this turn? Holy Toledo's, did I get power up the wazoo. I wish I was fighting a big bad on actually this turn. Let's see here. That is, so I'm going to use this card. May flip a card in adjacent space face up. I haven't explored this top corner yet. Ooh, Skywarp. There's another deep cut. He's a Decepticon. Luckily, we weren't in that space, or else we would have got ambushed. But he's only 3 power. I actually probably might actually go and defeat him this turn. But I am going to play down my Ratchet card. It says I may destroy a card I control. And you know what? I am... Actually, before I do that, hold on. I'm going to use this movement point of mine. Let's use that movement point to... I'll use that movement point. Oh, do I dare? Okay, yeah. I'm going to go up to Skywarp. I'm going to use that movement point up to Skywarp. I guess that is going to be the way that it is. I'm going to get ambushed, so I'm going to flip over an encounter card. And my ambush is going to be that I lose 2 Energon. Well, I got no Energon cubes to lose, so tough luck, Skywarp. Now I'm going to play down my Ratchet, which I can destroy a card I control. What I am going to destroy this patrol card. Get right out of the game. And you know what? I have enough power right now. I've got to... You know what? I'm going to use that 3 power to defeat Skywarp. It says I can gain 1 victory point and I can teleport 1 space. So victory points here are Energon. So I'm going to play an Energon. And I get to teleport 1 space. And teleporting means I get to move to a diagonal location, which I will totally take advantage of. I've got to transform into a car and roll out of here. Have fun. Thanks, Tim, for stopping by and saying hi. It's always good to see ya, quote unquote. Take care, and I will see you next Tuesday night when we stream on Board Game Arena. Take care. Okay, and my turn is not done yet. Let's take a look at what else I have here. I got to transform and roll out. So I've already used up all that power. I'm just going to tap that and say, Got another movement, and I still got my 2 movement from Optimus Prime here. Which, do I want to transform right now? No, I don't have any bad guys out of here. Oh, I defeated that bad guy. I defeated him. I should have had 1 extra power. So let's just say I did play out this transform and roll out to transform into so that I could actually have that. Oops. Oops. Problem with live plays. So then I did use the 3 power to, I did use the 3 power to defeat him. Came over here. I still have 1 movement left over and a whole bunch of power. So let's use that 1 movement to flip over this card, and it is a Decepticon Scheme. Decepticon Scheme. Place every ally in the matrix and in play underneath this card as hostages. If none, discard this card. Ongoing, pay 4 power. Oh, so there are no allies in play right now, so I guess I get to discard this Decepticon Scheme. Ha ha ha. Take that, hostage crisis. Foiled because there's no one to capture. Well, I still got a movement, so I may as well come over here to Cliff Jumper, and I will spend 3 of this power to recruit Cliff Jumper into my deck. And that will be all for this turn. Oh boy, advancing the clock again, really much. There we go. Drawing 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what do we got going this turn? Okay, I got a recon. I can flip a card in an adjacent space. Let's take a look at what this one is. Okay, it's a technology. I can draw a card for each adversary boss that's in the matrix. Interesting. I'll play down my fix. I don't have any damage right now. And then looks like I can maneuver. I can transform if I want. You know what? Let's do it to give me some extra movements this turn. And so I have 1, 2, I got 4 movements I can use and 5 power. Let's go for it. So 1 movement. I'll flip over the card that I'm on. Ooh, it's a block card too. Gain 1 energon and teleport to any space. That seems pretty cool. You know what? Let's spend 2 power to grab that one. That seems actually pretty helpful since it has the block keyword on it. Okay, let's move again. I'll move down here. I will use another movement to flip over this card. Dodge. It's a block card as well, and allows you, when you block, you can draw 2 cards. Interesting. I don't have enough power for that one. I only have 3 power. So what I could actually, oh no, I don't have enough energon. So let me just not do that then. I'm going to forgive my last movement. I'm just going to discard all this. Add a card to the matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. And here we go. Let's see what we got going on here. Someone can come off. Okay. Brawn. +1 power for each other Autobot you play or have played this turn. I don't have any other Autobots I'm playing this turn, so I guess it's not going to be as useful. But he does provide me with a movement, and I also have my transform and roll out, which provides me with a movement. And if I control 3 or fewer energon cubes, I can gain an energon, which I will do. You know what, actually, before I did that, I will use my transform ability to transform, just in case I come across. I do have some movements. And then I have my... All right, so what are we going to take a look at here? Let's take a look at... I have 3 movements. And 1, 2, 3, 4 power. So 3 movements. So only 3 power? Oh, sorry, 4 power. That block, this dodge, would actually be really useful. Let's spend an Energon to draw a card. Does give me my 5 power. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. I'll purchase this dodge card to help me out. Hopefully later on. Hopefully it comes useful. And I've used all my energy, so now I'm just moving and revealing. So I'm going to move 1, use 1 to reveal. Ooh, Hound. +1 power for each maneuver you've played. And then I will also just move another spot for my 3 movement. Those go away. This gets added. And I'm going to draw 5. So 1, and now I'm shuffling again. All right. So far, so good. I'm actually getting I think I'm getting a pretty decent deck. I wish I need a few more cards just to kind of cull it down a little bit. But, you know what? I think I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. I'm getting some decent draws. Yeah, I just need that ability just to cull some of the cards. 3, 4, 5. A little bit better. So let's take a look at what's going on. Okay, see, I got a whole bunch of movements. So, did I just literally... I literally just drew him again, which is actually really kind of funny. Brawn, which +1 power for every Autobot you play this turn, which I don't have any more Autobots in my hand. I got Transform and Roll Out, which I am not going to transform this turn. Or maybe I should. Just to get that extra movement, just kind of go around and see what's going on, see what's happening. You know what? Yeah, let's transform and let's go. Let's really explore this turn and see what's going on. And I got a fix, and I've also got 2 courage. So I've got with Optimus Prime's alt ability here and the 3 cards here, I've got a total of 5 movements that I can spend. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So let's go with 1. Reveal the card that I'm on. Ooh, it's a sight. This is the first time we've seen this. Sight. Place 8 Energon from the general supply onto this card. I can pay movement to gain Energon. Whoa, that might change a little bit here. That might change things actually quite a bit. So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Energons onto this card. I've already spent 1 movement. I still got 1, 2, 3, 4. I could spend 4 movements to gain 4 more Energons. That seems really good. Or what I could do is I can spend 2 of my movements to grab 2 more of that Energon and still go exploring, which I think I will do. I can always come back to this card when I get lots of movement again. So let's go ahead. So I spent another 2 movement. So I spent 1 on there and 1 of these. So I still got my 2 movements. So let's go with, I will move 1 to this corner location, and I will spend 1 to reveal it. Bumblebee! Gain 1 ally in the space, and he can also be used as a block. Wow, that's really good. This seems to be a really cool turn here. Okay, so I used up all of my movement for this turn, and I've got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 power. You know what? I'm going to spend 3 of that power to purchase and recruit Bumblebee. I got 1 power left over, which I can't use. So discard, reset those, refill the matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Okay. Let's play Recon. Flip a card in adjacent space. Laserbeak. Oh, there's probably my favorite Soundwave cassette tape. The art where that is just cool. He's pretty easy to defeat. He's only costs 2. Alrighty then. So then I do have my 3 movements. You know what? I am going to spend an Energon to transform so that I don't get my negative power. I am going to use 1 movement to go into Laserbeak's location. I am going to get ambushed. The ambush is going to be discard 1 relic in your hand or 1 you control. If you control none, you gain a damage. We don't play with relics in the in the solo cooperative game. So it says take 1 damage instead. I am actually going to block that. I have this technology that says Ground Bridge. It has the block ability and it says gain 1 Energon and then teleport to any space. So I will block, gain 1 Energon, and then I'll teleport. But do you know what? And to teleport. Oh, I have to teleport. You know what? I might actually just gain the... You know what? Actually, I might just gain the... I thought I may teleport, but it says and teleport. So that means I would have to do it. So I'm actually not going to block that. So what does it say here? Gain 1 damage. So I'll take the damage. It is what it is. But I am going to fight Laserbeak. I already have enough power played that I can actually defeat him. It's 2, and I already have 2 power played. So I will defeat Laserbeak, gain 1 victory point. Victory points in cooperative game are Energon. And yeah. I have a whole bunch of power and nothing to use it on. Which is, I guess I wish I had another movement card. You know what? Should we spend? You know what? I'll spend an Energon to draw a card. See if I get... Oh, I did get a movement. Peek at the top card of your deck. Destroy it or leave it. I don't really need this quick change stuff anymore. So you know what? I'm going to destroy it. Okay, so I get 1 more movement. Because I used that movement there. Oh, I guess this is... Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that one. I get 1 more movement, but I... Oh, well, I'll just move over there. Yeah. C'est la vie. Probably spent that Energon. Didn't need to, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's play reserves. Control 3 or fewer Energon. Gain an Energon. I can play a Courage, which gets me a power. And then I may... Interesting. I just don't know what I just need some more. I just actually needed some more move. Oh, wait. Quick change. I may transform. There we go. And then I have a lot of power coming out here. So I got my firepower. And I've got Ratchet. You may destroy a card I control. I will actually destroy this Courage. Don't need it anymore. So I've got my 1, 2, I got 3 movements that I can spend. So let's go with 1 movement to reveal the card that I'm on. A cooperative scheme. Okay, so these ones come into play in cooperative. These ones get shuffled into the deck on cooperative games. And let's take a look at what it says here. Ongoing, pay 1 additional Energon to transform. To thwart, defeat an adversary adjacent to this space. Ooh, this is going to stay in play for a while because we actually need an adversary adjacent to that space in order to get rid of it. And I have to now pay 2 Energon in order to transform. So luckily I have some of these quick change cards in my deck. Okay, I will spend another move. Oh, sorry, that's where I was. I'll spend another movement to... Well, let's see if there's an adversary in this space. Flip it over. Oh, gosh, it is an adversary. Yeah, so I will get ambushed. And luckily, I'm on my bot side because it says, when you flip an adversary in your space, you get +1 power for this turn. So I'll play my +1 power. And you may transform prior to the ambush, which I will. Transform. Losing that movement. Okay, and my ambush is going to be gain 1 damage. So I'm up to 2 damage now. Alrighty. And I have plenty of power. Actually, I got it right here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power to defeat that adversary. So I will fight him. And it says gain 2 victory points. Victory points are Energon. 1, 2. And destroy 1 starter card you control. I'll take care of my reserves card. Okay, and I only have 1 power left over, which is not going to be useful for anything, so I'll discard those. Draw up to 5, 1, 2, shuffling, and refilling the matrix. And shuffling. So, leave a comment here. Are you enjoying the Transformers deck building game? Does it seem something like you would enjoy? I have fun with it for what it is. It is actually quite fun. I'm already getting down to the nitty gritty, so I do need to find my second adversary. I do need to find my second boss quite quickly because the third boss could be coming up quite shortly here. So I do need to start flipping over some of these cards and finding those boss monsters because these cards aren't going to replenish any. So I already got 2, need 3 more into my hand. All right, here we go. Got a couple transform and rollouts. Let's play. I'm going to keep that dodge in my hand just in case I flip over an adversary. So let's play. I'm going to get rid of that one. Let's play transform and rollout because I want that movement. I'll reveal the card that's underneath me. Oh, there he is. I just added it to the Starscream. So I have to reveal an attack, discard 1 ally I control. I don't have any allies in play. And then I have to resolve an ambush. And my ambush is that I'm going to get attacked and gain 1 damage, which luckily I kept my dodge in front of me, so I will block it, which means it will allow me to draw 2 cards into my hand this turn. All right, and Starscream, so they start getting a little bit tougher. He needs 8 power. And he's got a start of the turn ability. It says discard 1 non-basic card at the start of your turn. So, ooh boy. So 1 non-basic, which means I believe it's a starter card, a non-starter card from your hand. That could be annoying. That could actually be very annoying. I'm actually taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, oh wait, because I drew 2 cards because of the block. Never mind. That's why I have it. Never mind. I thought I might have been able to use Optimus Prime's block ability, but no, I needed to draw the 2 cards. Okay, I don't know if I can beat Starscream this turn. I got Bumblebee here, but I can't use his ability. 2, 3. Ooh, I have a fix, which allows me to heal a damage. I got another transform and roll out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5. I got 6. I got 6 power, and Starscream is at 8. But I do have 2 confront abilities that I can possibly help me boost up my power. So I'm actually going to use Optimus Prime's draw 1 card ability, which gives me another power. So I'm up to 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm up to 7. That I'm feeling better because I do have two confront abilities on the bottom here. So let's do it. Let's confront Starscream. So I will take my encounter deck. I am going to shuffle it up. It's been a while since we shuffled it. Let's try this out. I'm at 7 power, but I do have some confront abilities to help me boost. So hopefully Starscream doesn't get boosted up too much from this. And the confrontation says, add 3 to this card's cost, and each of the other players draws 1 card from their deck. So Starscream goes up to 11. And what am I at? 7. I need 4 more. Ugh. Well, we have to try it. So I'm going to do 1 confront ability. Oh, I got 2. So I'm up to 9. Last confront ability. This needs to be a 2. Oh, and it's Ratchet. He gives us 3. He gives us the over. Nice. So Starscream is defeated 12 to 11, which is beautiful because I didn't actually want to have to start doing things part of that thing. So he is gone. It says gain 4 victory points, which is gain 4 energons. I'm just going to replace one of these with a 5. Now, that is awesome. And I have thwarted the stolen power. I defeated an adversary adjacent to this space. So you are also gone. That was an amazing turn. That was really, really, really good. And I did a confrontation, which means my turn is just officially over. All of this gets discarded. I refill the matrix. And I'm drawing 5 cards. I'm feeling pretty good about our chances here. I'm feeling really good about this game right now. Let's take a look here. Now, the level 3 boss, when we get to him, Megatron, when we get to him, he's going to have a lot more. I believe he goes up to, I want to say he has 10 power to start, which he's also going to get boosted by an encounter. So we better have a lot of power in our turn to help us out. So hopefully we can start recruiting some of these things here. I still got this Energon mine that I could probably use to go refill, but I'm sitting pretty good. I got 6 Energon in my possession right now. So let's go for it. Let's go ahead. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have a lot of movement. I only got 2 movements here. I got Brawn and I got Cliff Jumper. Brawn, +1 power for each other Autobot you play or have played this turn. I will play Cliff Jumper, so Brawn gets an extra power this turn, so he's got 2. Cliff Jumper, peek at the top card of your deck. I can either destroy it or I can leave it. Ooh, it's my Recon. I am going to leave it because that is a really good card to help me just flip cards over. So I've got 2 movement. I am going to... I don't have any adversaries out there right now. So do you know what? I'm going to do my quick change. And I'm going to transform. So I get an extra 2 movements. And then I also have my power. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 powers, 4 movements this turn. Let's go. 1 movement. Let's see what's underneath me. A maneuver card. The actual card. More than meets the eye. You may transform. And it has an assist power on it. So there we go. So that's that one. Seems pretty good because it's got 3 power. And I'm going to need more power to beat the big bosses in the end here. So you know what? Let's use... that's 5 power. So let's just use 5 power. Let's use 5 power. And I still got 3 movements. So 5 powers. Let's recruit that card. We got 3 movements. Let's do another movement here just to kind of just go beside me. And I'll use another movement to reveal it. Energy swords. Well, that seems pretty good. And it's got a block ability. You may pay 2 Energon to keep this card in your hand after blocking. Wow. Wow. And I've only got 2 power left for this turn. I'm actually going to stay put. I'm actually not going to do anything for that one. So 2 wasted power and then a wasted movement. I could have used that 2 power to get a transform and roll out, but we're getting pretty late into the game. I don't really need those anymore. So let's go here. So let's go draw 2, 1, 2, and shuffle up. Let's check the chat. See if anybody's here. Transformers deck building game. I like it. I actually really do. And I really do think that the game is going to get better as some of those expansions come out later this year. I really, really do. Okay, let's take a look at what I got going on this time. Okay, got fair enough. Oh, here we go. Cliff Jumper again. Peek at the top card of your deck. Destroy it or leave it. It's a transform and roll out. I'm going to choose to destroy it. I need to start thinning out my deck a little bit more. That gives me a movement. I can flip a card in an adjacent space. Ooh, a cooperative scheme. What did we get going on this one? It's got an ongoing ability. Players cannot activate confront or assist Energon abilities. I have to pay 8 Energon in order to get rid of this. Well then. I do need those confront abilities in order to beat Megatron when I do get to him. So I definitely need to get rid of that scheme. And I better put that ongoing token to remind me that there is something going on this one. 8 Energon is a lot. So I better get down here and collect the rest of this Energon on that mine. I'll play my fix to heal that damage. And I got 2 courages. So I've got 3 movements. So do you know what? I am going to, first off, 4 power. On my turn, I am going to grab those energy swords. Put those in my discard pile. I will spend, I'm in my bot side. That's right. I am in my bot side. So I'll spend 1 movement to come down here to the Energon mine. And I still got 1, 2, 3, 4 movements left. I will spend those 4 movements to collect 4 Energons off of the Energon mine. Because then 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Energons leaves me with 2 Energons. And I can still clean up those last 2 over here. Let's do it. Let's get rid. Let's contribute 8 Energons while we have it to get rid of that scheme, because I don't want it. I do not want it in play. It is nasty, and I want to be able to confront. All right, I use that. I use those. No, I didn't use those 2 powers, but you know what? I think we did a pretty darn good turn that time around, so I will refill the matrix. Ooh, our deck is getting pretty thin. We better find Megatron and defeat him pretty soon, because we've only got so many turns left. Let's see here. How many turns do we actually got left here? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only got 9 turns left in the game before time runs out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Here we go. I did not draw any movement. That is actually bad because I wanted to get these last 2 Energons off of this card. So, and I did draw into lots of power. Actually, I drew lots of my starter cards, which is actually not that great. Do I have any other Energon abilities here? Not really good. Not really good at all. So, what should I do? What should I do here? Let's do this. What should I do with my 2 movement? I'm going to move. Which way should I move? I'll move up. And I'll use the second movement to reveal it. Oh, just as I was talking. Just as I was talking. Here is Megatron. So show it off to everybody here. Megatron. Decepticon boss. When you refill up an adversary in your space, I get +1 power for the turn. And I may transform prior to the ambush, which I definitely will. Reveal attack. Discard each ally you control, then resolve an ambush. My ambush is lose 2 Energon. Oof. And, oh, I do have a block ability. Yeah, I am actually going to block that. I'm going to use my ground bridge. I'm going to block. I'm going to gain 1 Energon. And I'm going to teleport to any space. The space that I will teleport to is I will teleport down here to the Energon mine. All right. There we go. And Megatron's got a start of turn effect. It says reveal the top card of your deck. If a cost is 3 or more, I have to destroy it. So he's going to get rid of cards out of our deck the longer he stays into play. But I need to gain... Oh, wait. I shouldn't have teleported to that space. I should have teleported to something that would actually benefit me. This one. That's the one I should have actually teleported to. Yeah, because then I could actually buy it with my power that I have in my hand. I can buy it with these 3. I actually got 5, but I can purchase these 3 and purchase that one. Put those down. Okay, so I have to beat Megatron before this deck of cards runs out. Easier said than done. 4, 5. Oh, sorry. At the start of your turn. Oh, yeah. So draw my 5 cards at the end of my turn. And at the start of my turn, I have to reveal. That's right. At the end of your turn, draw a brand new hand. So at the start of my turn now, I will reveal this card. If it costs 3 or more, I have to destroy it. It does not cost 3 or more. It's actually my transform and roll out. So I don't destroy it. Okay, Megatron. What do we got here? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We've got power. We've got power this turn. What do we got here? And I got Brawn. +1 power for each other Autobot you play or have played this turn. And I've got 2 more Autobots. Oh my gosh. I think we might be able to do it this turn, folks. So let's play down Brawn. Let's play down Brawn. Let's play down Bumblebee. I get +1 power this turn. Gain 1 ally in this space. I'm not in a space with an ally. I'll play down Ratchet. You may destroy one card you control. I'm not going to destroy a card I control. I'm going to play down more than meets the eye. You may transform. I'm not going to transform. And, oh, sorry, I should have got another power for playing down Ratchet. And then I got quick change, which gives me another power. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm up to 12 already. And I haven't even drawn his boost thing. And but I don't have any confront abilities. So I'm going to actually activate some Energon abilities before I go him. I will use Optimus Prime's draw one card to get transform and roll out, give me an extra power. And I'm just looking at some of my other abilities here. And I do have one Energon ability down here that actually also allows me to draw another card. Gets me another 2. Okay, so I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm up to 15. I have a pretty darn good shot at defeating Megatron this turn. And I've got the movement to get over to him. So let's do it. Spend a movement. Over to Megatron. Entering a space with an adversary, I have to get ambushed. Lose 2 Energon. I can lose 1. That's okay. I am going to choose to confront Megatron. So take the encounter deck. We're going to shuffle it all together and we're going to reveal a boss encounter. This is it, folks. This is the game. Well, not really. We still got more turns to go, but I feel this is our best shot at the game. And okay. EMP. Destroy one technology you control. If you control none, gain 2 damage. Do I have any? I do not have any technology. So I take 2 damage. I have damage to take because I'm not. Oh, and he doesn't get boosted. He doesn't get boosted. So that means he is sitting at a power level of 10, and I have that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Megatron, you have been defeated in glorious, spectacular fashion. Wow, that was one of the best games of Transformers the deck building game I've played in a long time. That was pure. Well, I had a really good deck. I bought some really good cards that helped me out throughout along the way. That was great, and that was a great final draw. That all of those cards ended up being at the bottom of my deck. That was really cool. And the timer was running out. We only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only had 8, really at maximum 8 turns left in order to defeat him. So there we go. We defeated. What was the order we did this in? We defeated Soundwave. Where is it? Oof, there it is. We defeated Starscream. And then we defeated Megatron. I still have so much fun playing this game. Okay, solo, the pure 100% solo version, just controlling one character was actually, pretty decent. I had to keep in my mind that I did have to really build a pretty efficient deck, get some high-powered cards, hopefully finding some high-powered cards. There is a little bit of luck involved with this one because if you can't see, like the cards that we did use and build this matrix with, here is the deck of cards that we did not use in this game. It's huge. There's a lot of cards that we did not use. And they are full of Decepticon schemes and Decepticons and Autobots and other type of... There's lots of things that did not get added to this game. So every game does feel a little bit different. We do lose out on the ability of when other players are playing with you or you have multiple characters, there is the assist ability, which just allows you other players to also contribute to the battles. Essentially making the battles a little bit easier for you, especially in the cooperative mode. But they balance that out with the cooperative schemes, which I'm so glad that I was managed to be able to foil this one, that I had enough energon here, because if I was not, well, I guess I didn't have to activate any confront or assist energon abilities during that last confrontation. Generally, you want to have cards with those ones. Ooh, excuse me. Those are usually what help you defeat the big boss battles in this one. But, I had a lot of fun playing this game. I really hope that a lot of people pay attention to this game. I believe, like quote me on this. This game is only just going to get better. This is just the base game right now. It is going to get better with the expansion boxes that are coming out. They have the Decepticon box coming out very, very soon. I believe it's called Darkness Rises or Darkness Rising. And I believe that's really going to give a boost to the competitive, not the cooperative game mode, but the competitive game mode of pitting. And I really believe that's going to really be a really good two-player game. One player playing as an Autobot and another player playing as a Decepticon. I really think that that's going to come into play. Also, I want to try playing as Decepticons in this case. And then the Autobots are my adversaries that I have to battle and whatnot. So, I really hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I'm pretty sure that I got most of the things correct. And if I didn't, I'll catch that in the post-production. This rulebook is pretty atrocious at the best of times. Lots of the information is just scattered throughout, and it's just walls of text. But I believe I played this game pretty accurately in the way it's supposed to be played tonight, especially in the solo mode. So, all right, folks, I've been Ryan, Mista Rau's Gaming Rants and Reviews. Stay tuned. I do have some announcements coming in probably the next few days about information about the channel. I'm going to probably be taking the channel in a little bit of a newer direction. I've yet to make up my mind about that, but hey, it is what it is. I'm a very, very busy person. I'm a teacher. I've got young children. My time is starting to become very precious, and I'm starting to get a little bit burnt out on things. So I guess I'm not going to be making videos as often, but I'm still going to commit to these streams. I do like playing a game and teaching a game by playing it with people. So I am going to be playing more of these ones. I really want to play some more of this. I got some other games coming up in the next week. Not on a Wednesday, but on a Tuesday. Next Tuesday night, I'll be joined again by Riley Stock of the Board Game Community Show, Tim from the Board Game Hot Takes podcast, and David Rodriguez from the All Games New and Old YouTube channel. We are going to revisit our series of games playing on Board Game Arena, and we have chosen that we're going to do a space theme. We are going to play Race for the Galaxy and Space Base that night, trying to see if David and Tim can get their first wins on the channel. Riley is dominating us so far with 2 wins, and I'm sitting at 1 win on that. Yeah. Go check out my channel here if you want interested in those other gameplays. We played Lost Ruins of Arnak last month. We've played Blood Rage on the channel. We've also played The Castles of Burgundy on the channel. And then next week we're gonna play a couple smaller games. So try to keep the time limit down a little bit. we can get off on some pretty cool tangents. But okay, I've been Ryan, Mista Rau's Gaming Rants and Reviews. Again, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It really helps people find the channel. Did you enjoy the Transformers deck building game. I think it's only going to get better. But that's just my personal opinion. And I really, really like Transformers. So far, this has been a pretty solid entry into a Transformers game. But Renegade Game Studios, I'm really looking forward to when that miniatures game comes out. Please make it happen. It has to happen. All right. I am going to close out the stream. This stream is officially going to end. Good night, all. Hope you really enjoyed the video. Sayonara. Take care. Bye-bye.